Hello, my name is Thomas Neubauer. I'm the head of Work Task 2 of ACJA, the Aerial Connectivity Joint Activity, and it is my privilege to introduce to you the Network Data Service 2.0, the latest version of the interface for data exchange between mobile network operators and the UAS UAV ecosystem. Before I go into the details, I would like to start with what is the fundamental challenge that we are solving here. Well, aviation systems are in need of all sorts of different data sources in order to manage drone operations safely in a scalable manner. Among those data sources, one of the key questions is, BVLOS drone operations need connectivity. But as cellular networks are built for and optimized for ground operation, the question is, where in the airspace is the connectivity good enough along the flight path, and how to actually provide an SLA, how to monitor that, and how to consider changes that may happen during the course of a flight to the network performance. The other key question is, where are people on the ground at the time of flight along a flight path? Also referred to what is the risk, the ground risk. Both data sources are actually available information at the mobile network operators. But here's the challenge. The aviation systems need that data in order to scale that. So that is exactly the problem that the Network Data Service is actually solving. It provides a globally harmonized interface for exchanging such data between the MNOs and the aviation ecosystem. To provide some details, let's start with the what are the different players and what are the different services that have been enhanced in the Network Data Service 2.0 compared to the version 1.0 that has been deployed and published about 2 years ago. So first of all, we have two key stakeholders. On one hand, we have the mobile network operators. On the other hand, we have the aviation systems with all sorts of defined services originating from the ConOps, the concepts of operations, and other requirements. What the Network Data Service now does, and in terms of enhancement, is it considers the exchange of and enables the exchange of connectivity and ground risk data. It also implements or builds on a number of practical implementations and experience that have been gathered around the world in the last couple of years. One of them is the ability to monitor any connectivity change and to provide updates if something changes, for example, in the network, if a fault occurs, that the aviation systems are automatically updated. It's not only the UTM systems that are in need for such data, it's also relevant for drone operators, for service providers, and so on. In addition, it has been realized that it's not only the UTM, but also other services, such as risk assessment, are in need of such data. For example, for consideration in the upcoming SORA 2.5, the specific operation risk assessment. Finally, redundancy is a key requirement in aviation, and the Network Data Service 2.0 takes that into account by providing the possibility to aggregate data from multiple service providers. To give you an idea that this is not just a theoretical explanation and an theoretical definition of an interface, here's a practical realization. And what we have there is an insight into mobile network operator analysis about how does the connectivity along a flight path actually look like and what is the ground risk along this flight path by means of a commercially deployed solution. And that data can actually be used for the flight planning, the risk assessment, for flight clearing, for flight operation. These services, the data is needed for all of these flight phases, and the important point now is because of the Network Data Service, this can automatically be exchanged with the aviation system. What you see here is directly a UTM system, a UAV Traffic Management system, that incorporates automatically the live data, the forecasted data, and the live data for flight planning phases, for flight clearing, and for flight operation in that process. Those are capabilities made possible because of the Network Data Service 2.0. So in case you're interested in BVLOS drone operations at the mobile network operator side or at the UAV ecosystem side, you better check this out. If you have any questions, just contact me.